Once the Bond girl who stole scenes in The Spy Who Loved Me, Barbara Bach now lives far from the spotlight, embracing stillness over spectacle. Her sleek 1970s glamour has softened into graceful minimalism. With silver streak hair and quiet poise, she co-founded a recovery program, turning pain into purpose. She once shimmered across screens as Miss Teschmacher in Superman, her laugh a soundtrack to late 70s cinema. Today, Valerie Perrine, now 81, faces Parkinson's with disarming grace. Her once bombshell curves now frame a warrior's resilience, amplified by advocacy and a legacy richer than red carpets. Like a rose shifting from bloom to root, Ornella Muti has traded red carpets for sustainability crusades. The Italian siren of Flash Gordon and 80s cinema now dons linen over lace, her beauty grounded, gaze unshakable. At 69, she runs an eco-business and speaks softly, but acts with fierce intention. She once haunted the screen with feline grace and cat people, her gaze both ethereal and unknowable. Now 64, Nastasia Kinski wears earth tones and peace like a second skin. Her wild 80s mystique has mellowed into introspection, balancing motherhood, poetry, and a life far removed for Hollywood's lens. Fog-drenched streets and horror screams once framed Adrienne Barbeau's fierce allure. At 80, her iconic curls have silvered, but her voice, now in audiobooks and animation, still cuts like a blade. From Scream Queen to Story Weaver, she's redefined what lasting impact sounds like, word by word, roll by roll. Emerging from ocean depths in the deep, Jacqueline Bisset became a symbol of 1970s cool. Now 80, with a dignified bearing and a wardrobe of tailored restraint, she shifted from ingenue to elder stateswoman of cinema, teaching, mentoring, and choosing scripts with the precision of a lifelong artisan. Like sequins packed away after the gala, Morgan Fairchild's dazzle hasn't vanished. It simply found subtler forms. The blonde glamazon of Flamingo Road now channels her charisma into public health advocacy, her tailored suits replaced with sharp wit and a voice sharpened by purpose. Once the poised pillar of Dallas, Victoria Principal now trades designer heels for hiking boots and clean skincare labs. Her chestnut waves are sleeker, her profile quieter, but behind that calm is a businesswoman and environmentalist reshaping beauty standards from behind the curtain. Jennifer Hart made crime-solving chic, and Stephanie Powers made aging intentional. At 82, with a mane of red streaked by wisdom, she splits time between wildlife conservation and global theater. No longer chasing villains on yachts, she's chasing meaning in art, legacy, and the wild. As Sue Ellen Ewing, Linda Gray mastered the art of glamour under pressure. Now 84, she moves with a calm that once eluded her character, trading big hair and power suits for silver layers and storytelling. She mentors emerging artists, her presence less dramatic, but far more profound. She once jumped into the General Lee in denim cutoffs, redefining boldness as Daisy Duke. Today, Catherine Bach, 71, walks through life with softer steps and deeper purpose. The bombshell persona has faded into advocacy and family life, but her fire still sparks when the cause is right. Like a vintage mirror that reflects more than beauty, Donna Mills has become a portrait of layered evolution. The icy elegance of Knots Landing has melted into warmth. At 85, she embraces indie film, motherhood, and bold choices, proving reinvention doesn't fade. It sharpens. Before we continue these amazing celebrity transformations, here's a quick challenge for you. Can you subscribe to Then vs. Now Legends in the next 5 seconds? Smash that subscribe button and join us on this journey through time with your favorite stars. Once a trailblazer on NFL Today, Jane Kennedy broke barriers in heels and headlines. At 74, her natural curls frame a quieter kind of strength, focused on wellness, writing, and speaking truth. The sportscaster's mic is gone, but her voice now carries farther, lifted by purpose, not applause. She was the bionic woman, fierce and futuristic. Now 76, Lindsay Wagner channels energy inward, her once wind-blown hair now salt and silver, her gaze gentler but no less determined. Teaching spiritual workshops and trauma healing, she's evolved from sci-fi icon to soul guide. In Mission Impossible, Linda Day George outwitted villains with poise and precision. At 79, she lives away from the spotlight, her golden locks faded to soft grace. Time has etched its changes, but her spirit remains steady, giving interviews, honoring legacy and mentoring in silence. Once cloaked in corsets as Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, Jane Seymour now paints in sunlit studios and walks red carpets with ease, not urgency. At 74, her auburn waves carry silver, and her roles embrace nuance over novelty. Actress, artist, entrepreneur, she's living life in bold, curated chapters. Like a golden note held just long enough to stir hearts, Susan Anton's star power has softened into resonance. The statuesque singer and actress of variety show fame now leans into wellness. Her trademark blonde calmer, her focus clearer, choosing presence over performance, meaning over spectacle. She kicked down doors in Foxy Brown, rewriting toughness with style. At 76, Pam Grier wears her legacy with humility and defiance. The leather's gone, but her voice still cuts deep, teaching, farming, and championing cancer awareness. No longer a symbol, she's become a whole movement. Picture young Mary Ingalls in prairie braids and hopeful eyes, a beacon of innocence on Little House. Now, with silver streaks woven through her hair, Melissa crafts stories behind the scenes, embracing a quieter life filled with family and heartfelt writing, far from the studio glare. Once the commanding Colonel Wilma Deering, donning futuristic armor with steely resolve, Erin now moves with serene grace, her style softened, yet her presence commands respect. Beyond acting, she mentors new talent, shaping Hollywood's future from a place of seasoned wisdom and calm strength. Like a phoenix refined by time's fire, Catherine rose from Chicago's dazzling spotlight to a poised matriarch who carries her crown with grace. Her dark tresses now framed with gentle silver, she balances career and family, blending fierce passion with quiet empowerment beyond a red carpet. Barbara from soap-charmed living rooms with her quirky wit and warm smile. Today, Diana embraces calm mornings and mindful art, her style softer, but her spirit vibrant. She channels creativity into painting and wellness advocacy, showing evolution beyond sitcom fame with quiet, purposeful grace. Once the confident star alongside Charlie's Angels, radiating 70s glam and bold curls, Cheryl now moves through life with elegant ease and soft silver strands. Beyond acting, she's a dedicated author and advocate, blending grace with grit as she reshapes her story on her own empowering terms. Like a classic film reel aged to rich sepia tones, Angie's presence has deepened, her charisma transformed from leading lady to a wise storyteller. Her posture, once striking and bold, now carries decades of grace as she quietly supports arts charities, embodying strength in every serene gesture. Once the firecracker of family and little darlings, Christy now favors peace over paparazzi. Her cropped silver blonde hair and easy smile reflect a life reclaimed, teaching, advocating for mental health, and choosing authenticity over applause in a quiet, sunlit chapter far from the Hollywood storm. Like a windswept journal left open to nature, Ali's beauty now lives in her stillness. The love story icon, once draped in 70s elegance, now wears linen and wisdom in Santa Fe, practicing yoga, preserving wildlife, and reminding the world that grace often deepens when the cameras go quiet. In combat boots and scrubs, she ruled as Major Houlihan, sharp, poised, unforgettable. Today, Loretta walks slower, speaks softer, her hair a soft white crown. Off-screen, she champions animal rights with fierce devotion, proving that compassion can roar louder than applause ever did. Wonder Woman once spun into action with glossy waves and Amazonian flair. Today, Linda Carter embraces elegance in flowing silks and silver-streaked hair. Off-screen, she sings, writes, and honors her late husband, wielding strength not with a lasso, but through music, memory, and enduring advocacy. Like a seashell smoothed by time, Beau's radiance has shifted from sunlit fantasy to grounded calm. The Tenaycon now rides horses on her ranch, her golden braids traded for sun hats and serenity. She champions veterans' causes, carving a life far richer than any Hollywood fantasy could write. Once America's sweetheart on One Day at a Time, Valerie wore youth like a denim jacket, casual, bright, beloved. Now, with layered locks and unshakable grace, she pens bestsellers and inspires with raw honesty, turning heartbreak into healing and redefining visibility on her own honest terms. Like a flame that flickers into warmth, not absence, Anne Margaret's fire never dimmed, it transformed. Once the red-haired dynamo of Viva Las Vegas, she now exudes quiet glamour, her posture regal, her smile undimmed. Still performing, still riding motorcycles, still writing her own final act. Once the bubbly Lucy Ewing on Dallas, wrapped in fringe and 80s sparkle, Charlene now opts for natural tones and community stages. Her blonde curls softened, but her spirit's no less bright. She mentors young actors, supports autism causes, and proves reinvention doesn't need a prime-time slot. In trench coats and heels, she chased danger as Sabrina Duncan, the brains behind Charlie's Angels. Today, Kate keeps a lower profile, her once severe bob now silvered and soft, her energy turned toward quiet advocacy and wellness, showing that intellect and impact never age out of relevance. As the icy Catherine Wentworth on Dallas, Morgan Brittany captivated with elegance and edge. Now her jet black hair has softened, her gaze turned inward. A political commentator and advocate, she's traded scripts for substance, navigating new stages where conviction carries the real spotlight. Once the Love Boat's cheery cruise director, Lauren sailed through fame with dimples and charm. Today, her curls are cropped, presence quieter but centered. She's a trained chef, finding purpose in kitchens, not cameras, stirring up second acts with resilience, not ratings, as her guiding star. Like silk that's aged into strength, Jaclyn Smith's beauty now carries weight. From Charlie's Angel in flowing locks to business mogul in soft waves and tailored grace, she built an empire beyond the lens, designing, parenting, surviving cancer, proof that legacy isn't made, it's lived with intention. With flamenco flair and electric charm, Chara once lit up stages shouting "Coochie Coochie." Now, at 83, she trades sequins for sun hats, yet still strums her guitar with fire. Her accent remains joyful, her spirit unbroken, using music, humor, and philanthropy to turn age into an encore, not an exit. Like a musical note held just beyond the final bar, Leslie and Warren still resonates. Once the delicate dreamer in Victor/Victoria, now she graces indie sets and mentorship circles, her auburn waves silvering, her presence richer, proof that artistry matures, it doesn't fade. She once blinked and made magic as Jeannie, wrapped in pink veils and mischief. At 93, Barbara Eden walks with poise, her golden hair now soft and sculpted, her smile unchanged. She writes, appears at fan events, and embraces her iconic past while gracefully shaping a legacy that outlives fantasy. As Valine on Knots Landing, Joan Van Ark wore heartbreak like haute couture, big hair, big drama. Now, her platinum bob and sculpted cheekbones speak of reinvention. A stage regular and voice artist, she channels her fierce focus into craft, not fame, proving resilience makes the best plot twist. She enchanted as a Bond girl and tough beauty on That 70s Show. Tanya Roberts' screen presence burned bright, untamed, and magnetic. Though she passed in 2021, her legacy lingers, a rebel with softness, a star who defied the mold, and a reminder that some lights flicker but never go out. Like a photograph kept in a locket, Diane Kay holds a quiet place in TV memory. The spirited Nancy on 8 is Enough now lives a life less public, her blonde hair faded to calm silver. She paints, travels, and speaks at events, choosing reflection over spotlight, grace over grind. As Nikki Newman, she reigned on the young and the restless, hair teased high and eyes full of fire. Now 70, Melody's style is sleeker, her presence quieter but commanding. She writes candidly, mentors young actors, and remains a daytime icon, evolving without ever stepping off the stage. Like a comet that chose a gentler orbit, Lorette left stardom's glare behind. Once the radiant Cassiopeia on Battlestar Galactica, she now thrives in a slower rhythm. Her blonde waves now softened, her days filled with family and faith, trading fanfare for fulfillment on her own terms. She once stormed through soap opera halls as Rachel Corrie, a force of nature in heels. Now 79, Victoria paints in a quiet studio, her signature intensity redirected onto canvas. With silver-streaked hair and hands that create, not perform, she proves artistry only deepens off script. Once a Playboy cover star and country pop darling, Barbie Benton glowed in the spotlight's embrace. Now she lives far from flashing bulbs, her style relaxed, her energy grounded in family and philanthropy. With sunlit hair and serene confidence, she chose a life beyond applause and never looked back. As Dr. Marlena Evans on Days of Our Lives, Deidre Hall navigated love, loss, and the occasional possession. Now 79, she remains a fixture on screen, her golden hair now styled with quiet sophistication. Beyond the soap world, she's an author and advocate, living proof that grace can endure daily drama. Like a song from summer that lingers in autumn, Jenna Lee Harrison's charm endures. Once Cindy Snow on Three's Company, she brought innocence and spark. Today, with sun-kissed hair and a calm demeanor, she's found meaning in faith and quiet pursuits, letting her legacy hum beneath the surface. Once the composed beauty in power suits on Hotel, Connie Sellecca brought elegance to every frame. Now 70, with a timeless gaze and softened style, she focuses on health advocacy and tech ventures with her husband. Off-screen, she's found a new role, quietly shaping lives instead of scripts. As Lois Lane, she redefined fearless femininity, sharp-tongued, big-hearted, unforgettable. Behind the cape-chasing glamour, Margot Kidder fought for mental health awareness. Though she passed in 2018, her voice remains bold, human, and unapologetically real in a world that too often demands masks. She once ruled Knots Landing as Karen Fairgate, voice unwavering, heels clicking through soapland storms. Today, at 82, Michelle performs on Broadway and directs with quiet precision. Her style evolved, her strength deepened, still in command, now crafting legacies instead of lines. Like a shooting star brightening the 80s screen, Judy Landers dazzled with playful energy and golden curls. Now 71, she embraces a quieter rhythm, silver strands softening her sparkle. With a shift toward wellness and family, Judy's light glows steadily, proving evolution is the truest shine. Once the pragmatic Janet on Three's Company, Joyce carried laughter and logic with equal ease. Now 76, her hair is a soft silver halo, her demeanor calm yet spirited. She mentors actors, writes and shares stories, continuing to shape comedy and connection from a place of wisdom and warmth. An icon of bold glamour and fierce independence, Raquel Welch redefines 60s and 70s allure. Her signature curls and confident gaze remain etched in memory. Though she passed in 2023, her legacy blazes on, empowering generations to own their beauty and strength unapologetically. Once the effervescent Joni on Room 222, Judy Strangis lit screens with a quick smile and lively spirit. Now 73, her silver hair frames a quieter life spent behind the scenes, writing and producing. Her presence softened but purposeful, showing that creativity thrives well beyond youthful spotlight moments. Like a rare gem tucked away, and Turkle's brilliance isn't always in plain sight. From her captivating roles in the 70s to today, her style evolved into understated grace, hair softened, gaze steady. She channels her energy into painting and advocacy, crafting a life of quiet impact and refined strength. From Rizzo's fierce leather jacket swagger to sophisticated theater stages, Stockard Channing owns every role with commanding presence. Now 81, her silver streak hair and poised posture match her depth. She continues to act and advocate, proving that true power grows with time and intention. Once the fresh-faced host and model gracing 70s screens with effortless charm, Christina Ferrar now moves with seasoned elegance, her hair silvered, her style refined. Beyond the spotlight, she's an author and wellness advocate, reshaping her narrative with grace and purpose far from the flashing cameras. Then versus Now Legends is feeling a bit lonely. 99% of you haven't subscribed yet. Show us some love and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you the jaw-dropping journeys of your favorite stars. And if you're as fascinated by then and now glow-ups as we are, check out our previous videos. Trust us, they're totally worth your time and ours too.